Okay, guys, I'm just going to start recording and just dive right in. So as you hop on, just mute yourself. But if you can, please turn your cameras on. I love to see you guys. You can take an hour to get poured into and to really take the time to pay attention to the training. It's one thing to like be on here, and it's another thing to actually take in what we're saying to you. So if you can't have your cameras on, no salt, but I would love to see your pretty faces. Okay, so I always start with a quote, and today's quote is "Make today count." And when I do my morning and evening reflections and journalings and stuff, I yesterday wrote, "You crushed it, do it again tomorrow." And I just am reminded every single day that we are never guaranteed tomorrow. We are never guaranteed, like, just in life, in business, in anything. And we have to work like this is our only shot at this promotion. And even if you miss your rank that you're shooting for, you got to do it again. Like, it has to happen now. You know what I mean? So make today count. Take advantage of every moment that you have. Be intentional with your time, and just go for it. Oh, my eye itches. Oh my gosh, so cute. No worries, Destiny. Abby, you're good. No problem. Okay, so quick little casual announcements and reminders and stuff before we dive in too much is please, please, please fill out and encourage your teams to fill out the Survey Monkey that I put out this morning. It's completely anonymous. There's no way for us to see who filled it out or who submitted that answer. So sometimes I wish I knew who it was so that I could reach out to them and maybe help in that area. But they should feel completely safe and comfortable filling that out because it is anonymous. It is purely for us to get feedback and to improve, because we know we're not perfect, and we know that there are things that we could do better, and we are not naive to think that our ideas are the best ideas. And we want to hear from you guys, and we want to know what you want to see, or if you have an incredible idea, give you the opportunity to share that so that we can implement that with the team, because our whole thing is one team, one mission, right? So we're all here to help each other. And I just think that it's a really good way to hear from you guys. So please encourage your teams to do that. And then don't forget about family call tomorrow, Monday night team call. Obviously, encourage your teams to get on these. This, along with encouraging them to get their conference ticket, is going to be so huge. If you set the tone with your new distributors that they need to be on Monday night calls and they need to be on the family call, they don't even think anything of it when it's time to do it. They just hop on, and it becomes habitual for them right from the get-go versus trying to get them on a month later and they're like, I don't want to make time for these calls, right? So that's how they're going to promote quickly, get excited, because they're staying close to the fire. They're staying around excited people who are excited about their promotions, about their team's promotions, about what is going on in their life right now, all of the things. And it really is where you get that community, because this business is so amazing that we do get to control everything, and our business truly is our business, but it can get lonely sometimes. And if you're not hopping on these calls, you kind of feel like you're doing this by yourself. You kind of feel like, man, maybe people aren't going through some of the things that I'm going through. And that's when those limiting beliefs and that negative self-talk comes in, and then it starts affecting your business. And then it's just this negative spiral. So don't allow yourself to be vulnerable by just not hopping on the calls. Like, it's so simple, and it's an hour of your time. And worst case scenario, you guys just watch the replay or just pop an earbud in. Like, I remember literally when I was working full time and there were Zoom calls that I wanted to be on, I would literally have my phone in my desk and have an AirPod in and literally have my hair in front of it, and I'm listening to a call while I'm responding to emails. Okay, I'm not encouraging you to get fired or do naughty things at your job, but this is what I did because I was so serious about this business. Look at Stephanie. Like, she looks like she's at work right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just a difference of dedication. And I'm not saying you have to be on every single Zoom, right? But what I am telling you is be open to learning. And this is where we build that community and that trust. And especially as leaders, coming together and just collaborating on ideas. So I want you guys to feel comfortable here. I also want you to feel so damn proud of yourself that you're on this call, because it is a privilege to be on these leadership calls, and you earned your spot here, which means you are capable of showing your team how to get here too. And that is so exciting. Excitement breeds excitement, y'all. And when you start getting people excited about when you get boxed for Ruby, you get to get added to Lex's leadership chat, and you get to get on the special Saturday morning calls live before everybody else sees them, right? Like, how make it cool, make it exciting, make it fun for both you and your distributors, okay? And then check eSuite for your discount codes if you purchased a conference ticket. I've already used 3 of mine, like they're going like hotcakes. So I know that if you do the follow-up and you truly do reach out to people about this, they're gonna jump. Every single person that I enrolled last night, you guys, I have followed up with so many times, it makes my brain hurt. Like, I'm no joke, pages and pages and pages of letting them know about deals going on, including the $25 deals, and they didn't jump, but it wasn't their time. And they jumped with me last night. So one of the things that I wrote down, it says in my journal, it asks, what is one thing that I could do today that's a little outside of my comfort zone? And I said, follow up again, even if it seems redundant or uncomfortable. Because there does come a point when you followed up 12 times and you're like, oh, should I follow up again? Are they going to block me? Like, whatever. And guess what? That's the worst that's going to happen, is that they're going to block you when they're not interested. Or best case, you enroll 3 distributors in one night because you just asked. There's nothing wrong with just asking. Don't make it a thing. Don't make it uncomfortable. Don't make it weird. Don't make it like you followed up with them 12 times. They're your bestie and they deserve this opportunity. And you are reaching out again because things might have changed for them. You never know what can happen. You never know where someone is at. And last week could be, they are in such a different place this week than they were last week, right? Okay, make sure that you're keeping an eye on the team page for follow-up scripts and how to pre-sell the samples, because y'all got 5 product rewards if you ordered the Plus Pass or whatever for conference. And you get to order coffee for $19, right? But think about how much you could be making. Like, I sell a 3-day sample pack for 20 bucks. So I sell just 3 of those 15 packets and I've already made my money back. So if I do that 5 times over, like, think about how much fast cash you can make doing this. And even if you're just selling stuff that you have on hand and doing it old school and mailing it yourself instead of the virtual samples, it literally is not more than like $4 or $5 to ship it. You sold it for $20. You already made your money back. Take the $15 and be content. Be happy with that, right? So that's the one time that I'm going to tell you it's okay to be content about something. So be excited about that. Sell your samples and utilize the scripts that we give you, because one of the best parts about this business is that you don't have to reinvent the wheel. We will give you all the tools to succeed at this. All you have to do is show up and do the work, right? It's that simple. Okay, so I wanted to share with you guys a really exciting thing that Connor and I did because of this business. And this is just one of many things. Like, I'm not going to go through and say all the things that this business has done for us, because y'all, we would be here all day, and I'm sharing a lot of it on the call later today. But most recently, Connor and I, when we got married, financed my wedding ring and my bands because we could not afford it at the time, and I'm bougie and wanted a nice ring. So we financed it, and we've been paying on it for years. I mean, this is going to be our 3-year anniversary, and we've still been paying on it. And I have multiple credit cards. It's no secret that your girl loves to shop. And I got myself into some credit card debt. So I have 3 maxed out credit cards. I'm not ashamed about that, you guys. And I'm really loud and proud about that because I was really poor with my money and I know better now. And I'm utilizing this business to show people that it's okay to be human and to fuck up and to get yourself in debt, because this business is going to get you out of debt. And I love that our team's mission is going debt free, because that's a huge, huge, huge goal of mine. So point being, because of this business, because of It Works, we were able to pay off the entire remaining balance on my wedding ring and my bands. So we now are no longer paying on that. That was $150 a month that I was paying, that we were paying, right? So think about where that $150 can be going. Now it's going towards my other credit cards, because one of 3 we chopped up the other day and we paid off the balance again because of this business. And I was able to close out that account. And I can't tell you how good that feels. And I want to also remind you guys that I'm 3 years in the business, and you know, my journey is going to be different than your journey. And I don't want you to compare, because you might look at where I'm at right now and you might hear that and be so excited, but be like, Lex, my paycheck is $50 a month. Like, there's no way I could pay off those thousands of things. This is not my chapter 1, you guys. I'm 3 years in. There's been 3 years worth of chapters for me to get to this point, and I've worked my hiney off to get here. And it's only because of this business and because of this team and because of what we are building that I'm able to accomplish these things. And just know that we are a team and we are doing this together. And the best part about it is that you get to create your own paycheck. So rank up, do the work, show up, and start getting those big and small wins for yourself. Like, obviously those are big wins for me, but even just filling your gas tank or paying for groceries in cash, like those are small but big wins, and you need to be loud and proud about those. And there's nothing to be ashamed about if you are in debt or you are in a situation that you don't want to be in, because you're doing something about it and you're showing all the other people who are exactly like you that they can do it too. That's how you enroll DTs. That's how you get rid of these codes quick, okay? Is going live, posting, being loud about the situation that you're in and that you want to change it, right? But I also just wanted you guys to pat yourselves on the back, because I wouldn't be where I am today without you. And a huge reason that we are able to make these moves in our life is because of you guys. And I'm just really excited to watch you build your teams with these codes and start watching what happens not only in your life, but in your team's life. Because we were able to do that and we got to a point where we were, like, think about how many people on my downline were also affected by that, you guys. Like, think about how many people were also able to pay off debt. Like, I see you guys commenting on the thread in the team page. You know what I'm saying? It's not just me. There are so many people affected. And when you start winning and you help other people start winning, like, everybody's winning, y'all. So I just wanted to get you excited about that and remind you that the only difference between where you are and where someone you see in the company, whether it's me or a top leader, whoever you watch that you just like absolutely love, here are the 4 differences between where they are and where you are. Number 1, a decision. They decided that they were going there. They decided to take charge of their ship and to take charge of their team and to run for that goal. Number 2, they took massive action. Every single person that is at the top because they earned it, not because they were given it. Joel and Stephanie Dunn are Black Diamond for a reason, you guys. They are number 1 income earners for a reason. Watch their Instagram stories. Like, I swear to God, Stephanie Dunn signs like 10 distributors a day. I'm like, girl, like, I cannot wait till I am there one day, because damn it, I'm claiming it, right? Okay, number 3 is time. They've been in the business for years, y'all, and you never know what someone's chart looks like. The people who come in and go diamond in a week, you never know. They could have been with another network marketing company and their team came with them. And that's how it happened. You know what I mean? You never know where someone else is at. So please, for the love of God, stop comparing your situation to anyone else's, because your promotion is going to come when you are ready. You are not me. I am not you. But we're the same in the sense that we both have the same options. We both have the same tools. We both have 24 hours in a day. And it's just going to come down to work ethic and time. Okay, number 4, personal growth. They had a lot of hurdles mentally that they had to overcome and to achieve to get where they are. They had to learn how to be a leader. They had to learn how to work their business. They had to learn how to stay positive when things were down. They had to learn not to let negative messages affect them, right? Like no one comes into this business just being perfect and knowing exactly what to do. Like that's what we all as leaders tell our newbies, right? Like I don't expect you to know anything. So think about how much growth they had to have between distributor and Black Diamond. And you have to give yourself the grace and the time and the commitment to letting yourself get there. But if you are even thinking about quitting, or you haven't taken quitting off of the table, sis, how do you expect yourself to get there? You've already counted yourself out, right? So number 1, a decision. 2, massive action. 3, time. 4, personal growth. That's the key to this business, you guys, is those 4 things. So you have to look and focus on what are you doing every day. And we talk about it all the time. This is not a business where you get paid to do busy work. You are paid to produce. So what income producing activities are you doing on a daily basis? Are you counting how many messages you're sending, or are you just, getting it done? Just getting it done, just sending one more. Like, which side of the fence are you on? So making sure that steps to success is the forefront of your mind every single month, and preaching to our teams that the steps to success is just that, steps to success. You want to be successful in this business? You want to promote? You need to complete your steps to success every month, okay? And there have been months that I have not completed my steps to success, okay? I'm not perfect. I'm not going to sit here and preach like you need to do this because I do it every month. No, but you know why I didn't complete my steps to success? Because I wasn't doing the work. So if you're doing the work, you'll enroll. You will complete your steps to success. Every single time that I do the work, I complete them multiple times over, right? So you'll see it as you go and as you grow in this business, the longer that you're here. But the fact of the matter is, in some cold, hard truth, is that if you're not completing your steps to success every month, you've got to take a really hard look at what you're doing every day. And if what you're doing is not enough, you got to double down. And if what you are doing is enough, then just keep going, sis. And you just got to give it the time and that belief, right? So no one can make that decision for you. Only you can decide what is enough every day. Only you can decide when you are done working your business for the day. Only you can decide when to make your family a priority, right? There are all these things, but make sure that you are picking a 6 list, or you are picking some sort of task list or some page or something that you can look at where okay, no matter what, these are my non-negotiables. This is what I got to complete every day. And you guys, life happens. There are going to be days where you're able to triple that list and you're like on one. And there are some days where you can only do what is on your non-negotiable list, but you got to have that list and you got to stick to it. Okay. And I'm going to remind you again, I think Steph actually was the one who brought this up. She came to me with it, and I thought that it was a good idea. So I've mentioned it the last couple times, and if you haven't committed yet, I challenge you to commit today, is to work a full 365 days of doing your non-negotiables every single day. And as you do it, you cross each day off. And dang it, if you miss even one task on that list, you start over. 75-day hard, baby. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? So what commitment level are you at? Okay, let me just make sure I'm not missing anything. The longer that you're here and the longer that you make this commitment to yourself, not only are you guys going to see the benefits financially and with friends and with yourself and your growth, but you are also going to fall so in love with the people, so in love with the products, and you kind of turn into this lifer, or you don't. It's always like one or the two. But the people who are here and in it for the long run truly love the company. Like, I love being a part of what Mark and Cindy have built here. And when you show up to events, and you guys are going to see at conference, like, it's just such a cool community. Like, I'll never forget the story that they told when this girl who was like ambassador or something left the company, went to another network marketing company, and realized that the grass is actually greener where you water it. And she came back, and all Mark said was, "Welcome home." And that is just so cool to me. Like, we truly are a part of a family here. And when you decide to go long term and build a legacy within this company, you really start to feel the heart, and you really start to feel the love, and you really start to just like be excited to work every day. And I have so realized recently, especially after starting this new book that I started this morning, it is a blessing to be able to work, you guys. It is such a blessing. And the fact that I get to do this at home with my kid, like, there's nothing better than what we have here. There truly is nothing better. And I would be so bored if I didn't have anything to do. Like, I mean, even being a stay-at-home mom, like, that's crazy, and you have laundry and all this other stuff to do, right? But take that out of it. Pretend you don't have kids and you didn't have a job. Like, what would you be doing? Even if you had all the money in the world, after a month, you would be so bored if you couldn't be around people, if you couldn't do something. So have fun with this business and get excited about reaching out to new people, and get excited about getting new distributors in. I know I told Matt yesterday, like, God, I needed this. And she's like, what did she say? I don't want to butcher it because it was actually so good. Do you remember what you said, Nat?
I said, you don't need it. They need it. We just continue to preach it.
Yeah, she said, except they need it, we preach it. And I loved that. Like, I feel like that is just so key. Okay, the other thing that I wanted to share with you guys is Ashley Mayfield and her husband, or he released this little podcast on her podcast that was actually a Facebook Live, but they did the audio version. And it was fire, okay? It's called something like What It Really Takes to Go Up in the Ranks, or something like that. So go listen to it if you haven't yet. That's a really good hint, because y'all, it was so fire. But what they said that stood out to me was showing up is just the first step. Okay. Like we always preach, and you'll hear on Zooms, show up to go up, show up to go up. Right. But it's not just showing up. It's not just hopping on the Zoom, right? It's not just going to conference. And he said, showing up is the first step. The next step is growing up. You got to grow up. If you think that you're going to hop on a Zoom or go to conference and you're going to walk out and somebody's just going to hand you $1 million bill because your butt sat in that chair, regardless of the best notes that you took in the entire world, if you don't do anything with them, what do you expect? It's what you do with it. So there's two different types of people that show up on Zooms or that go to conference or whatever. And the first person is that person who walks in the door, is so excited, sits down, they're so focused, they take all the notes in the world, and then they come home and they just wait. And they're like, okay, I went to conference, or I showed up to the Zoom, right? I show up to go up, right? I showed up, but where's my promotion, right? And then there's the second person who shows up to the same event and is still so fired up equally to the other person, but they go home and they get to work. They go home and they do massive follow-up because there's discount codes. They're the person going live every day, committing to that every day for the rest of the month because they want to make it happen. Right? So you got to decide, which person are you going to be? Are you going to be just the one who shows up and expects it to be handed to you? Or are you going to claim it, sis? I want to know. Drop a 1 in the chats. Are you claiming it? Are you going to take it? Because no one's going to hand it to you. Take it, boo. Yes. Yes. I love seeing it in the chat. Okay. So love it, love it. And then what are your goals? I seriously want you to put in the comments. What are your goals this month? What are your goals in October? Why do you want to go diamond and above? I want to hear it in the chats. Tell me why you're here. Tell me what you're excited about. Are you committing to a full 365 if you haven't already? Right? I want to see it. Yes, keep going live, keep stepping outside of my comfort zone. I love that. Okay, Nat, while they're putting these in the comments, was there anything that you wanted to add, or are you good?
No, the only thing that like really like I did want to like reiterate though was when you were saying like just one more. You know, you never really know, like that one more might be your next double diamond, might be your next diamond, like just that one more. So even when you're tired, like Lex said it on a Zoom the other day that she heard it from somebody else or whatever, like do it tired, like ask a friend for help if you guys are really struggling to just find that, for lack of better words, motivation to do your work. So those are the only things I kind of wanted to pop in there.
Perfect. Okay, so more in the chats. Use my 10 codes, have my other codes used, full team of rock stars. I'm going Ruby this month, follow-ups, lives. Diamond is getting me out of my mom's house. Use up my codes, not just show up, do the work, and stay close to the fire. My why has completely changed. I'm no longer doing it for me. Staying uncomfortable and being confident. Using all my codes, completing all my to-do lists, and giving everything 5+ minutes, then getting hyped. Yes, you guys. Okay, I'm gonna end this recording, but before we do, I want you to either say a quote unquote prayer. If you believe in God, perfect, say your prayer. If you believe in the universe, whatever, send your vibes, do whatever you do's, and just ask to level up. I want you to just say, I am ready to level up. I'm ready for more. I'm ready for this promotion, okay? And then once you say it, release it and just be done and know that it's coming. I promise you guys, you will get where you want to go if you do those 4 things that we talked about. Give it the massive action, give it the time, give it the belief, all of the things, okay? So I love you guys. I hope that you got something out of this.